When canceling Laura Stand Strong, the game considers Laura's facing rather than the opponent's position. Previously, if the opponent passed over Laura's head while she anti-air with Strong into Thunderclap or V-skill forward dash, she could accidentally get an elbow or V-skill backdash. Now if you do the motion based on the direction Laura was facing, you'll always get the right cancel. Also, Laura's V-skill dash will now turn and face the opponent properly if you cancel to overhead. EX Light Thunderclap lasts 20 frames longer, both in and out of VT1. All of Laura's other changes are to VT2, and man is it buffed. First, you can now do the Shock Choke Raw without needing the dodge first. It's 7 frame startup, so a bit slower than medium or heavy command grab, but a bit faster than light. The range seems to be about the same as medium grab. And of course, it does massively more damage than any other grab, which is its whole draw. The Shock Choke from this way is invincible to projectiles and air attacks. This doesn't seem to apply to the standalone version, despite what the patch notes claim. To attempt raw Shock Choke, it uses 40% of your timer. If it works, the trigger ends instantly. Which is very expensive compared to the Sway version, which only consumes half the trigger. You cannot cancel into it at all, but you can combo into it with your crush counters. As for the Sway, it also got overhauled. It now uses 10% of your trigger time to attempt, rather than being free. You can now cancel it into any normal or command normal. The price is 40% of your trigger timer, same as canceling into Shock Choke. If that's not weird enough, regardless of what you cancel into, you've got projectile invincibility on that normal. It's really hard to explain this type of tool. You're invincible, but you can cancel the recovery at any time with a button press, yet canceling with the button press also ends the invincibility. The only other example I can think of this in a Street Fighter title is Makoto SA3 in Third Strike. The most obvious use is anti-fireball, as I showed. But it can also be an anti-air. Or even just a non-committal reversal. You'll have to play around with it a lot. Not much has changed for VT1 Laura, but VT1 Laura didn't really need any changes. I think VT2 was a serious candidate for the game's worst trigger before, and this patch has breathed a lot of life into it, but it's complex and hard to analyze just how strong it'll end up being. VS2 didn't get touched, but to be honest, I think that V-skill is slept on already, and can probably be used much more than it is. Overall, Laura came out alright this patch.